You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Yvette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hey, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies, what's going on in the world of travel?
Yes, we had a great weekend this past weekend.
Yes,
we went down to Houston and tell them about some of our experiences.
So we went down. So our producer, we helped with an event she had this weekend in Houston, and Yvette and myself, Tina, we're both from Houston, along with our producer Shaletta. And so we did a road trip. I was excited. I mean, we got in the car and we had our chips and all of our drinks. And I think that was my favorite part. I don't know about y'all, but
you know what? It was a really good road trip. It was a hoot. And I wish we would have had a camera in there.
Yes. You know what? We never you know what? Somebody said that, but we need to go ahead and get one of them cams, because you can't create the type of conversations we have, the laughter we have, and just all the stuff. What'd you say, Jay?
I will tell you, we between going and coming, we cried and we fought and we laughed and we just did everything in that car. It was a show. It was.
And we did a lot of stopping. So the distance between Dallas and Houston for a normal person driving like 75 should get them there about 4 hours for the side of town of Houston that we were going. I think we got there, a little bit under 4 hours, and we stopped. Like there's
two times.
So we stopped. We stopped we stopped to hydrate. Hydrate and release. And then we stopped at, even you got to talk about Woody's, because I think people need to know.
Woody's is like a tourist spot almost. It's a store, barbecue. They sell food, a lot of barbecue, boudin, all kind of stuff. So when you're coming and going to Houston, if you're going to Houston, there's a Woody's on the right side, and when you're coming back, there's a Woody's on the left side. So it's on both sides. And Tina never knew that there was.
When I tell you, I have been driving this drive for 20 years, and I always stop on the Woody's that's northbound going toward Dallas. Mm-hmm. I have never stopped, and it's just on the other side of the freeway. The southbound one going to Houston, I have never. And I'm like, wow. I'm literally gonna go there, stop there the next time.
Yeah. So it's in Centerville, Texas, is where it is. So when you see Centerville, and they got big signs up saying Woody's next stop, and I think it's exit 164.
Yep.
And so I'm not a Texas born person, so I didn't know anything about Woody's. But I'm going to tell you, Woody's has some great food in there. I go in there and I got some beans and I got some pickles and chicken and boudin and all kinds of stuff. They
Yeah.
have food and it's sort of like a Buc-ee's, but on a different
Oh, yeah.
scale. And it has more home cooked food than I think Buc-ee's has. And I really love it. Even this time I even brought back food and I got back and my son got to looking at it. He's like, what is this and what is that? Put some stuff up in the freezer and
Yes.
I had a good time.
Yeah, we got jerky. They have like jerky. They have a lot of jarred food, like preserves and
on the table, because it's like it must be locally made because they jar a lot of stuff. Because I mean, I saw jarred asparagus, I saw olives, I saw
cha-cha. My grandma used to make cha-cha.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, and the other part about it is when you go by yourself, I go for specific. And I gotta say, I only know about Woody's because Yvette said, I'm not going to Buc-ee's. I stop at Woody's. So the big thing in Texas is that everybody stops at Buc-ee's. And Buc-ee's is everywhere off the major highways. You know, they got the cleanest bathrooms and everything. But the best kept secret is Woody's.
Yeah. And Woody's got nice, clean bathrooms too.
They do. They do. And then I think once we got into town, one thing that we experienced that we hadn't seen in Dallas was rain, because we haven't had rain, and they said in 41 days here in Dallas, and it was pouring in Houston for a while.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And one thing we had to do, we had to run by Dollar Tree and get some gifts. And that was a big experience too, because I'm not sure what side of town we were on, but we ran and we had a very interesting experience.
And Yvette actually went to college there. Yvette went to college in that area. Was that Edo? Is that Edo Third Ward? Is that considered Edo Third Ward?
It was kind of in between East Downtown, Edo, Third Ward, Montrose Museum. It was kind of like right there, but we just saw like a lot of homeless people that needed help. And we was like, well, I don't actually remember it being like that. You know, when I went to school in that area, looked like it's gotten kind of
and you know, and we're always gonna go back to economic times. It looked like it's just more there, and you know, understanding that they just did the FIFA World Cup, and it was in Houston and Dallas, so they must have pushed these or moved these people about, because there's no way that these all these events happened, and the number of people that were in the city, that they had this number of like homeless people walking around and just, you know, really kind of, you know, I would say you would loitering, I guess that's what they call it, loitering around different stores. But that was that. But I have to say that those are our old stomping grounds. So Yvette and I met at the University of Houston. So yeah, that's considered like I would say Third Ward-ish in that area. So we were on the other side of the freeway. But all I can remember, Yvette, was we would go to the shoe warehouse. There was a shoe warehouse on Elgin, and when I saw the word Elgin and emancipation, all I thought was, I remember me and Yvette lived in this little shoe warehouse back here somewhere, wherever.
Reminiscing.
Reminiscing. But I think all in all, I mean, great trip. And I'm going to say, you know, Yvette is normally our hotel person and Jeanette is normally our restaurant person. But I kind of got in there. I booked the hotel
this time. You did. You were the woman, drove us and found the restaurants and the hotel. You just did everything. You just did home run.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? That's my once a year. I ain't probably gonna do it again. I think I may have done. Did it? I may have done it in New York a little bit too, but you know, I was you know, just talking about planning travel, and you know, we plan travel and we have our roles, and everybody gets in and you start planning. And this trip we went to 2 restaurants that I found on Instagram. What was it? Jordan's
Steakhouse.
Yes. It was a black owned steakhouse. That was pretty nice. You know, you make a reservation.
Food was good.
The food was good.
The food was good.
Yeah. One
drinks were good.
Atmosphere.
Yeah. One thing about Houston compared to Dallas is they put time limits on tables, which it's different, but I think it's because people get there and they enjoy being there and they want to hang out and they tend to stay 3 hours. They like, nope, it's pretty much like what, maybe 90-minute timer on the table, and they will come and touch you, say this time's up.
Yeah, because you have a lot of other people waiting and they have more reservations. And this place was completely packed.
Yeah.
Like completely. There was no tables available. So
they also have mandatory service fees in Houston that they don't do that in Dallas. So that's something that you need to be prepared for when you go to Houston, that there is a mandatory service fee. And a lot of times the servers in Houston, they don't get they have to split that service fee. Yeah, so they don't get an additional fee. They don't get an additional tip on top of that. So if you want to give them something extra, you may have to add that into your budget.
You have to tip them, and it goes directly to them. The service fee is for everybody that works.
It's for everyone. So you have to think about that. So that's something different that they have to do in Houston that we don't do here in Dallas.
And the percentage of this, their service fee was 25%. So 25% of our bill at Jordan's, that means the drinks, the food, went to what they say they pay the cooks, the valet, all the people who are not in a tip or not in a tip setting, they get paid. And I'm having mixed feelings because I believe that the person who serves us really gets our tip, but I got to think about the hostess that brought us to our table, the reservationist that click the button and say what table to go to. Everybody got to get paid, and I get it, but I have to say that I was apprehensive about giving more. But when we went to the second location, maybe it was the waiter himself, and you guys are probably gonna kill me, but I gave him a tip on top of that.
I'm okay with that. I liked him
because I think you should, because the service fee is they don't get like an hourly.
Yeah, he explained that to us too.
That's their
wage. Yeah, that's their wage.
Yeah. They don't have like you get $10 an hour or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Whatever that service fee, that is their wage. That's what they get. And I think if you see a service fee, you need to actually really give them a tip.
Especially if they go above and beyond the way that he did. He entertained us, and you all told him you knew somebody that he looked like him, and he kind of danced around, and he did all kinds of little things for us. So
and that was at Confessions, and I that was beautifully aesthetic.
I loved
Confessions. Myself on the back, because when I saw that one, I was like, okay, well, we'll try it and we'll see what this one works out.
You did good. I love Confessions. I'm gonna do a Yelp review on it. It was wonderful.
And the food was good. It was very tasty. We had some fried chicken. We had some donut burger. We had
that tower that we had a mimosa
tower of mimosas. Go and look at our
social media.
So we got to post some of those pictures, and we're gonna have to say a shout out, happy birthday. I know Nikki wasn't there. We're gonna have her in a couple of weeks, but it was she's like our top fan. She listens to our podcast. She likes our posts. She travels with her Shamia Mia Bia.
My Arkansas BFF.
Happy birthday. So I wanted to make sure that we extend some love to Shamia Bia. Shamia Mia Bia. And I know, I'd like to spend maybe this last time. I think when we got off the call last, we were telling everyone we're gonna tell you where we're going. We planning, we get so what happened? We ain't going.
We're not
going. No, we're not.
I think because we tried to plan it at the last minute, and this is not a place that it needs to be planned ahead of time, because we are last minute people. When we travel, we always like, okay, let's go next week.
Exactly.
We just like,
okay, like last minute. I mean, you all I don't like last minute because I'm on a budget, and I like to get my trips planned. No last minute.
Yeah, we do a lot of even this trip to Houston, though we've been doing a couple of months.
Fine if you're driving, but if you're going to get a ticket, especially a ticket somewhere that's expensive, I'm going to do it ahead of time so I can get a budget deal. I didn't like this not with flights, no.
And so we were planning to go to Martha's Vineyard, There was a Soul Fest that started on the 15th, went to about 21st. But after we started looking, they had lots of, they having Greek Fest there. August is the biggest month to go to Martha's Vineyard. And to go to Martha's Vineyard in August, these people have planned this like a year ahead. Yeah. I think one of my concerns was where we were going to fly into. There were economical tickets to fly into Rhode Island. I was going to fly into Boston. Where was the Airbnb? We wanted to be on the island, not ferrying over to the island. So I think it was a lot of, I would call it like a half Martha's Vineyard trip, because we really were not going to be staying in the midst of everything.
Right.
You also had to look at the tickets for the events. A lot of those tickets were sold out to the main events. So again, the last minute, when you're planning at last minute, if you're going to be going to something, a lot of the tickets may already be sold out.
Yeah. They were gone. They really did not have, I think they had tickets to a comedy show or something that was available, but only like one of the events while we were, doing the time frame that we was trying to go there. Everything was sold out. When I went to the website, it was just sold out. I was like, why? Well, then why are we going?
Yeah. So and that's Yvette's bucket list. So we are going there, but we're gonna plan this one. With diligence, and because I saw they have a place where you go and this guy makes these craft cocktails. And then there's a place where people are around the corner eating donuts. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and walk and experience this stuff. So I definitely look forward to going there in the near future. But yes. I didn't want to do it halfway. So and I know that's right. Not how we do it. So I definitely appreciate that we were able to kind of push that one off. And, but we had fun this weekend, and, we got some other plans this upcoming weekend.
Absolutely.
Yep. So
we'll talk about that maybe on the next podcast. So we're going to Big 3.
Big 3.
Yes.
And the history behind Big 3. History behind Big 3 is that it is actually competing now with the NBA, because it is a platform. Wow. It is, yeah. So it went public. So it is now a public entity now. So I'll go into the more financial parts of it. Is that it was started by Ice Cube, the rapper Ice Cube.
Wow.
And he had a vision of putting together those really great athletes who wasn't really done playing basketball, but because of injury or whatever may have happened in their life, they still love the game, but they were no longer in the NBA or in the Canadian League. So he put together all these teams, and he said, well, put your team together. We'll come to the city. And from there, it has, I think it's been about maybe 5, maybe 6 years, and it has grown.
It's
wow.
when he started doing it.
Yeah.
And he comes to Dallas. It travels around, but he comes to Dallas every year.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it. I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
And I know that we're not all like big fans, but the celebrities that come out is one of the biggest things, and it's a little bit less intimidating in a basketball game because it's only three people on each team. When a regular basketball is 5, so it goes a little quicker. It's a lot more skill. I'll just say, for people who don't know, you're going to see people who got real skills. When 3 people are covering the whole court, you'll see it's a different kind of game. But the people who come, because it's kind of like a networking camaraderie. We don't know. I'm excited about who we might meet. Shoot, Jay-Z and Beyonce may be out there for all we know.
hey, I think one of the hosts is Clyde Drexler. I haven't seen. That's original. Houston Rockets.
Yes.
Player.
Nanny, that used to club with him. Remember, we used to club with him back in the day.
Yeah.
We're not that old. Wow. We were 20. He was probably 40.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's exciting though. But more to come with Jet Set Divas. Hey, that's how we do it.
Well, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Please like and share at Jet Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
welcome to Old National Bank.
I understand you're all about protection.
Well, we protect you in all kinds of ways, with advanced fraud monitoring and secure digital banking to protect you today, and with dedicated personal bankers to protect your tomorrow.
I'm impressed.
Protection for today and tomorrow.
Could I just...
Oh, go for it.
Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old.
Where'd you get this?
It came with my couch.
Once upon a time, there was a business with dragons to slay. Trash that kept piling up and waste at every turn.
I can help with that. Reducing waste is easy, you see. And the best part is that it's totally free.
If only it were that easy.
It's not magic. A real expert from Biz Recycling can help you find ways to reduce waste and save money at your business. Schedule a free site visit and get started today.
We talk a lot about meeting people where they're at, and that's always had meaning to me, but earlier this year, that really took a new shape. I really value the fact that we have a space where people can come in and to receive these services, but not all people feel safe anymore. Coming out, going places, and just re-looking at what does it truly mean to meet people where they're at, and how do we effectively do that, has been a really big part of what this year has looked like for us.
Sometimes we believe those lies, that we are no good, that maybe, this is all there is. And when I got sober, I realized, no, there's something more fighting for. And I'm out here every day fighting for it, for myself, for the women in my community, whom I love. But this Waymakers is a big part of that. So I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. And I couldn't have done it without being sober, of course, and, having the good support, because nobody can do it alone.
Community means showing up for one another. For me, and I think for our community, because many across United Health Group will talk similarly about the support that we felt. I think it underscores to us the profound need and the profound importance of what it feels like when your community supports you. So it's with that the United Healthcare Foundation is very proud to announce $1 million of support for our community partners, the Washburn Center, Catholic Community Foundation of Minnesota, which includes the Annunciation Hope and Healing Fund, the Greater Minneapolis Crisis Nursery, and Minneapolis Foundations.